Good day, everyone. My name is Chinasa Onyeje, a psychiatric nurse practitioner student with Brandman University, presenting integrated therapy session in the nursing course 642. But before I go further, let me introduce the case briefly so everyone understands the history of the presenting illness in order to follow along with the process and psychotherapy interventions to be used. The patient is a 42-year-old Nigerian American female who presents with complaints of I am a complete failure. She reports feelings of sadness, shame, low mood, poor sleep, poor appetite, and hopelessness towards the present and future, and does not go out much anymore because of what people might say. This started recently since her husband left her and their two children for another woman. She blames herself for her husband walking out of their marriage and believes that people see her as inadequate. She worries that the situation has affected her children with regards to their acting out behavior and not listening to her anymore. Some cultures place stigma on separation or divorce. The Nigerian culture is one of those. Mental illness is not Mental illness in this culture remain a secret, not to be divulged outside of one's home, and treatment is not sought most of the time by the sufferers. The barrier to treatment that I foresee is fear of stigmatization by others in the group. So the focus would also be directed at getting the client to understand and agree to keep appointments as it is integral to achieving a healthy outcome. In addition, marital issues in this culture is typically addressed by extended families from each side of the family. And when that fails, others from outside the family would also counsel the couple to resolve whatever the issue may be. It is therefore remarkable that this client has presented today to seek help through psychotherapeutic treatment. There are several psychotherapy modalities available out there, but the three that I believe are the most suitable for this case presentation are cognitive behavioral therapy, otherwise known as CBT. The key fact about CBT is that it focuses on changing the client's current distorted thoughts, which affects her feelings and behavior. I will use CBT to assess her situation, identify her triggers, automatic thoughts, assumptions, and core beliefs about herself, uh, um, and then attempt to replace those core beliefs that she has of herself with a more realistic, positive view of herself and her situation with the client's participation and agreement. The second therapy that I will use is interpersonal psychotherapy. The key fact about this therapy is that it focuses on the here and now and it links psychiatric disorders to interpersonal and social problems. The client had indicated no psychiatric illness until her husband left her. She will be guided to take the responsibility of identifying the problem and make the needed change. The client will gain good insight to the cause of her interpersonal dispute, why she feels that she is to be blamed, why she feels that she is to be blamed. With good insight into the problem, she would hopefully develop effective interpersonal skills to cope with her stressors or manage the situation more effectively, even while grieving for the loss of a relationship. The third psychotherapy module that will be used is solution focused brief therapy. The key fact is that it focuses on the present and future goals and encourages the client to envision the future. This therapy gives hope and helps the client to realize the possibility of the end being in sight, so to speak. I will now bring my client in for the therapy. Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
Good day, madam. Welcome to the clinic. Please, before we go further, I would like to obtain consent from you, and the consent will include video, you're going to start all over. Okay, something happened to the video, but we are back. So I would like to obtain consent from you, and the consent will include video, audio, and other ways that the university might deem it necessary to use this therapy in the future. Also, the sessions will be aired on YouTube where other people might see it too. Do I have your consent, madam?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So how can I help you today?
I'm a complete failure.
The first therapy we're using is cognitive behavioral therapy. How can I help you?
I'm a complete failure
What makes you say that?
because of a failure of my marriage. My husband left me for another woman and badmouthed me in front of all my children and my community, making it seem like it was all my fault. Now my children are acting out, will not listen to anything I have to say. And one of my friends actually told me the negative things that people have been saying about me.
How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel sad, down, ashamed, and hopeless.
How has this affected your behavior?
I'm staying indoors. That way I won't hear any gossips about me. I don't sleep good at night. My appetite has decreased. I don't feel like doing the stuff I used to do.
I hear what you're saying, that your husband abandoned you and you feel that it is your fault. Also, that people are talking about you and that your kids don't listen to you anymore. I also heard you say that everything was okay before he left. Have you thought about the fact that it could be due to no fault of yours that he left?
I really never thought about that way.
How old are your children?
I have a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old.
Have you attempted to have family one-on-one talk with them?
I never thought about that because I knew they just wouldn't listen.
How many friends do you have in the community?
I used to be popular in the community, so I had lots of friends.
How many of them have told you that you are the cause of your marriage breakdown?
One or two.
So overall, you could start with one-on-one talk with your kids. Look at the situation in a more realistic way about the breakup. You may see that there are areas your husband could have been at fault. The 2 out of many friends indicate that they may not all see you as the bad person you think they do. At our next session, you will be able to tell me if what we talked about today helped you in any way.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions for me?
No, but I'll try to do what things you've suggested for me to do.
Okay, that's good. Welcome back, madam. Did you put in practice what we discussed at your last appointment?
Yes, I did.
How did that make you feel?
It actually made me feel better.
Okay. Today, we will use a different psychotherapy technique, which I believe will continue to help you.
Okay.
And that therapy is called interpersonal psychotherapy.
Okay.
When did you say your husband left you?
6 months ago.
Okay. Was there a problem at home before his leaving?
No. No problems.
What changes would you like to see happen from here on?
I would like to see improvement in my relationship with my children, also improvements in my overall health.
Okay. From what you have told me and my own assessment, you have depressive disorder that is most likely triggered by the departure of your husband from the family, and it has resulted in lack of sleep, poor appetite, and other symptoms you have mentioned today through the visit. It will be good to continue the one-to-one talks with your kids.
Okay.
And at our next session, we will also revisit what we have talked about and, institute another therapy, which I believe will help.
Okay. No
Okay.
problem.
Welcome back, madam. Did you put in practice what we discussed at your last appointment?
Yes, I did.
How did that make you feel?
Much, much better.
Okay. The type of therapy we're using today is solution-focused brief therapy. If you are to wake up tomorrow to find all your symptoms gone, what would you do?
Well, I'll be happy and focus more on my children and myself. Also, I'll be stronger and pay no attention to what people are saying about me.
Okay. That really sounds like a good working plan.
Okay.
Okay. So we will focus on the current problem at hand
Okay.
and ways to resolve them.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
This ends our therapy. Thank you, madam, for coming.
Thank you so much for your help. Appreciate it.